In the heart of Kenya, wild and free, roams life as grand as life can be. From elephants bold with tusks so wide to giraffes that stretch to the sky with pride. Buffalo stomp with a mighty beat, like drummers marching down the street. Leopards leap like shadows at play, while zebras wear stripes of night and day. These creatures great, both big and small, have homes and hearts just like us all. The danger grows where humans tread, and anyone...
Welcome people. Those who are called haters and those who are called Dee MWANGO team, gather here. We have tea. Hot tea. You know, I was trying to make this video and then I just found myself, I could not express me. I said I'll go back home and do something. In fact, let's start. This banger is so sweet. You know, this video they made recently. In fact, there are two videos. They have hot news. Now, Dee MWANGO, you are saying people are haters. I don't know what. Remember, when you are exposing yourself out there as an open book, you become a book that we read and we react about. Nobody at all hates you. Nobody. What will we gain from hating you? After all, we are not your neighbors. We don't even know you. You know, in fact, I'll start from where you are saying that people in Africa are so envious that when they see anyone who is better than them, they'll not stop being envious about them. And I was like, hey, what are you trying to say? You want to say Africans don't have inspiration? Like, we don't acquire inspiration from people who have grown. We are only there to envy people. Is that what you are trying to say? How can you degrade your fellow Africans, yet you are an African? Are you even envious yourself? You have said you are not envious. So how comes then you give a blanket that Africans are envious? Let me not laugh so much, because I'll digress from whatever I'm supposed to give and begin laughing my lungs out. You know. Now, when I look at that, then I wonder, are you an African or are you a white? Are you? Because you are still an African. Are you envious? You know, when you go to Europe, go to India, I've watched movies from India. I've met people who are Indians. In fact, I was in Mombasa and I was interacting with people who are Indians, those who are Africans. I've even interacted with Arabs. And let me assure you, from all these races, we have people who are envious, we have those people who are inspiring, we have those people who are hardworking, all sorts of people. They always say, you know, like Dupe clearly said, different colors, same people. Different colors, same people, my sister. So don't forget and begin to demean Africans, indicate that they are very envious. It is not only Africans who are envious, and it is not only Africans who can grow. Everybody in the world grows. So when you insinuate that people can kill you when you have a big house, are you trying to say you are that stereotype? Are you stereotype, or can I say maybe you are superstitious? Are you that superstitious that you think when you come up, then people will kill you? Now remember, people grow in different ways. All fingers are not equal, right? In fact, in every society where people are making it, and those who are struggling, and those who have not made it, yeah? And when you begin making it, you don't see like anybody around you hates you, like everybody around you is envious, because once you see like that, of course, that will be your reality. In fact, in the same video, you indicated that what you manifest is what you meet. So are you trying to say that you have been manifesting hatred, envy around you, that now makes you feel like anybody around you is envious? Now, let's just look at this so that you don't say, you know, some people here come and they begin to vindicate, saying this one was saying this and this one. Let's just see the evidence.
My parents, the way they are, they can't imagine I can be very successful in my 20s. They can't believe it. They can't take it. Meeting for this life, and that's why Africa, we are so behind, because nobody want to see you progress, nobody want to see you succeed. They want you to be like them.
Did you hear? Now, when I looked at this and I had watched another video when she's going to visit this aunt, and I said, oh my God, oh my God, let God see us. They say in the name of the Father, hey, let God see us. Sometimes what we say and what we do. This lady, Dee MWANGO, has not visited that aunt. In her video, she gave a very large title, reuniting with families and, changing a life-changing whatever. And I was like, okay, so she has now come to her senses. She's going to do something for this lady. She indicated in the video, you remember this video where she was with her brother and they had just offloaded material. Of course, hey, before I forget, she did not even remember that this was her cousin in the first place. It was the brother, the king of the swamp, that reminded her that this is our brother. So she came there and she was like, okay, so this is my brother. He has really grown, And they offloaded the poles. After offloading the poles, they now promised, an impromptu visit. Let me not spoil my English. Impromptu visit came up. I'm just trying to reason, because as for me, we have families and people are special to us. We just make arrangements with my sisters, my brothers, and we say, let us visit my aunt. And we go there, having budgeted everything in advance, having even found out through maybe the daughters, found out what is this that she's missing that she needs, That's how it's done in Africa. That's how we do. And again, if my aunt is not very comfortable with me recording with whatever is around, then we don't go recording anyway. Maybe they are not uncomfortable. Maybe it's also, like it's something in disguise, a blessing in disguise. Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. Yeah, so it is maybe a blessing in disguise for you having recorded and made us see the gaps. What are the gaps that I saw in this? Maybe let me show you before I begin to analyze.
Tunakukosa, tunakukukeka. Kumbe tunakota sana. Leo tumekuja kuona. Unasuka kama msichana. Umeshuka kama msichana. Bora nyumba yenyewe ana kanga, cheka permanent hapo. Ndio anakaa. Hapa chika. Hapa sika. Acha uongo. Weke permanent hapo.
So guys, have you seen that video? In fact, I'm just thinking that the cousin had planned, because she had informed him that, tell auntie we are coming on Saturday. Was it Saturday or Sunday? So of course, this cousin knew very well that they were coming. She knew. Or rather, both the entire family knew. And so this lady goes collecting some leftovers. I can call them that because those were not meant for anyone. They are just been kept. We don't know whether they were used or not. We don't know. The truth is that the kangas we saw being given randomly. In fact, from outside, not in the house. We don't give gifts that way in Africa. If we are giving gifts, we enter the house, we sit, and then after some few minutes we say, auntie, this is yours. Sister-in-law, this is yours. That's how we do it. Anyway, I don't know the courier aspect. I'm not a courier anyway. But I was just looking at that and saying that. So the impromptu forced her to go budgeting in a supermarket, showing us what she's buying. A very small box for a very big family. Now she goes to this home. Then she stands and gives. And even before she sits, she's already saying she wants to leave. And I was like, okay, you've not even settled. This is an aunt you're saying you've not visited for long. And in the previous video, for those who didn't hear, you can go and check. In that video of we are now ready, something like that, you said clearly that you are going to visit the aunt. How comes you are going there and you're in a rush? You are in a rush to go back. And you've taken a whole of your time. Or was it just to make us see that you are doing things? Because if I plan to see my aunt, that is a special day. Of course, we have an aunt. We decided to visit her. For us, what we do, sometimes even take a goat. Yeah, it's a tradition aspect anyway. And that day, you will have a special visitation with even a group of people. You buy her shoes. You can buy, maybe if she has a poor house, you'll buy iron sheets. You decide to contribute maybe towards cement and something like that, Just, You know, like our aunts are like our fathers in one way or another. If our father can't bless us, our aunts can bless us. That is our African culture. For anyone watching from another country and not understanding why I'm talking about aunts and why they are special. They are special because if your father has not been there for you, they are there for you. And from what we heard from the previous video, Dee MWANGO indicated clearly that this woman was there for them when they were when times were hard. When it was raining on them, they used to go there, eat, you know. If there are parties, they go eat. And maybe things go wrong. In most of these families in past that were better, currently they are not doing well. Maybe because the kids didn't go to school, they didn't prefer education, and whatever it is. Yeah, so in going on with the banker, before I was cut short by some few activities. Yeah, so let's go on now. I was just asking you, Dee MWANGO, when you say people envy you, they hate you, the haters, that labeling, where does it come from? Have you become a reactor? I think you are a big fish. You are a big fish and you should not be reacting. Instead, just give your opinion. You have always say you stick to what you want, right? That you do things your way, right? But as for us, as for us in the streets, when we see things and how they're being done, we have all the right. That is why the world of YouTubers has reactors, it has content creators who are doing the original, and it has more and more. Even when you sing a song, you know, you have no right to stop people from reacting. Because you've done it. It's an open book, right? So it becomes an open book, just like we've had critical analysis on books. Now, these days we have critical analysis of YouTube content. And one of the contents that is hitting is the Nyabohanse one. You can actually see we are not reacting to you alone. We are reacting to people in Jamaica, in America, sometimes even to Trump. And Trump has never come out to say that people should say this and that. So just keep calm, girl. Be yourself just as you've been. But as for us reactors, we'll go to the backyard. You said some people even make videos from the maize plantations. And some make from, you said the sugarcane plantations and whatever plantations. So, of course, as content creators, we'll keep making from that setting where we are. Yeah? And of course, we don't want a villa. We are not interested in villa the way you are. But when we see a villa is being built and we have the questions, we will always raise them. Don't be surprised. We will always raise them. Not because we want a villa. Not because we will actually get to where you are. And it's not because we are envious. But we are just asking questions. Curiosity kills the cat, they say so, and will not be killed, we hope so. So, now when I come here, I just see the other banker or gap in your content. On that video, I don't know, that day you must have been distressed with work at the villa, the multi-billion upcoming villa. You are so distressed, sister, because your reaction that day was, you know, you are reacting like potassium, or is it sodium? You are reacting like sodium. And you are trying to actually show the entire things that you've been hiding and trying to tell us that you are not bitter, you don't care what people say, you are you. You know, that day you came up showing all your bitterness. And you even showed you are not even careful at the words you used. When you are talking about what you've done for your mother, who goes about talking about what they have done for your parents? Yeah? I don't think you have to expose all your dirty linen in public, right? You are dirty linen in public. You know, people have gone about asking whether in Africa parents cannot be self-reliant or independent, you know. Because you came about saying, I bought this for my mother, I built the house, I bought the bed, I bought, I don't know what. Be sure, Dee MWANGO, even those with the lowest income, the first thing that comes to their mind if they are sober and they are, they trust in the Bible and they follow it, is to ensure that they do the best for their parents. That is the first thing an African child will do. I don't know what about other cultures. We have the Indian culture. You can share actually what you do for your parents. And if you are not subscribed to this channel, consider subscribing to it. Continue sharing my YouTube videos. I'm so glad for those who are doing so. But now, our sister Dee MWANGO needs some advice. Although she does not give a damn about our advice, she always is pissed off, and she always says that she does not need anyone's advice because it has swollen in her head that she has made it, and therefore she doesn't need any stupid person to talk around her. So when you look at this video that she made, she was clearly embarrassing, shaming her mother, proving that her mother has never done anything for herself. Because she comes out later saying that her mother can buy even 3 washing machines if she wants. Look at that, 3 washing machines, yeah? Yet, earlier in the video, she had said that she's the one who has done everything for her mother, including building the house, furnishing the house, building even the gate. I don't know what. I can't even take it. This one, I can't take it. You know, many people have done so many things for their parents, and unless in a private setting, you cannot go about saying, I've done this for my mother, I've done this for my mother, I've done this for my mother. And yet, in the same video, she forgets very fast and begins to tell us that my mother is a long-serving principal. In fact, she said principal before she said headmistress. And in her years of service, she earns a lot of money every month. She can even buy 3 washing machines. What are you talking about? What? You know, I just thought about whoever had sent this genuine message, you know. When we are doing content, especially about our lives, people send genuine messages. Because from different cultures, people are used to machines. Even Africans are taking this, you know. Like many homes now, because our parents are aging, sometimes we prefer they have washing machines so that the workers who are doing for them, because you won't tell me that your mother, you want to say congrats, mom will be washing clothes even as she ages. She will just continue washing clothes on the basins. Dee MWANGO, my goodness. You are as the same family that talk about Europe as being the best. People going to Europe because Kenya has not, Africa has not advanced. And at the same time, you come out and say that washing machines are not necessary. That in Africa, we wash our clothes on the basins. Be serious. Did I not just see your brother recently, the king of the valley or the swamp, talking about having the dishwasher? So you want to tell me, is it because he is married to this Argentina girl, Rocio? Is it why he is preferring to have the washing machine, the dishwasher, yet your mother can continue washing her clothes on the basins? Gather here, you people. You people who think the same way like me, gather here and correct me if I'm wrong. Because I told you I don't hate her, but I just hate what she says sometimes, how she says it, you know. And her posture was like, hey, I'm here. Like this. And
She doesn't need it anyways. And here in Africa, people wash clothes with hands. So when somebody says, oh, do your mom needs a washing, my mom can buy 3 washing machines by herself if she truly wants to buy. You know, and guys, I've done so much for my family, for my parents to be specific, and I'm so happy because it gives me so much peace. I'm never scared to come back home because my parents live in such a beautiful place out of my hard work and sweat. If there's a proud daughter, it's me. I'm a very proud daughter because I've done all that I can to my parents. The house is fully furnished. I bought everything, including the fridge that she doesn't even need. We put nothing. We put nothing in it. It just stays there. You know, like I've done literally everything. My mom lives in a very beautiful home, and I'm always happy to come back home. Whatever.
she said, I can say whatever I want, you know. She has arrived. So the big fish has arrived. If you didn't see this part, this is exactly what she said. Yeah? If you didn't see it. So that you don't say, this woman has just woken up the other day and this is what she's attacking. I'm not attacking. I'm just telling you, maybe some of you later will be displaying such content. Don't do it. It's a disgrace. A disgrace, total disgrace. Now guys, I've been so much on this hammering because now in that video I just saw a lot. Now I came to this point in the same video whereby Dee MWANGO was expressing not to remember the number of the boyfriend. Yeah? And I was like, how comes you don't understand, or how comes you don't remember the number of your boyfriend? You know? Whoever fails to know the number of the boyfriend, whoever does that. Let's start with a video here because I want to begin to
Oh my God, I wish I told my boyfriend I'm doing a live because it's calling me.
Can I call him with my phone?
I don't know the number.
You've not clicked your number.
I haven't mastered his phone number in my head.
Oh.
I wish I told him I'm
No,
going
you
live.
can tell him, then we'll continue.
It will pause.
Yeah, it will pause, but it's better. At least you're saving your
Because
relationship.
I didn't tell him I'm
I
doing
remember
a
last
live.
time you said you're gonna tell him.
Yeah. Last time I said when I do a live stream, I'll be telling you I'm going live so that you don't feel like I'm not.
Yes, please. Forgive us.
Yeah, guys, so you heard from that video, Dee MWANGO does not know the number of the boyfriend. Now, I don't know whether she just decided in a script to bring this up so that people don't zip up on talking about the Poland guy. But the reality is, there is a lot of fuss here, right? Because how exactly do you fail to know such a number? In the world, most important numbers are maybe your sibling numbers, your mother, your father, and your boyfriend or husband. Those are most important numbers. The rest of the numbers, you can have them in the notebook or in the phone. But those numbers, you won't convince me otherwise. Those are very important numbers because they have a kind of bond. There's a kind of bond between you and those people. So you'll obviously know their numbers. So tell me why Dee MWANGO was there and saying, I don't know whether it's my boyfriend's number, I don't know whether it will bring issues. And Mara was there trying to pretend and saying, yeah, you know, she should just go receive so that it doesn't bring issues in their relationship. And I was like, which relationship? Which relationship? We have seen you all on the site, working so hard, you know, focusing. And in fact, getting irritated when somebody says, wait until your husband does for you. You are so irritated in that kind of situation when somebody said, why are you doing this? Let your husband do for you. Of course, that was a wrong statement. Because as for me, I believe, even if you're married, leave alone those who are not married. Even if you're married, you need your own assets too. You need your own assets. Even if you have your parent who has given you inheritance, you need also to develop your own assets. We can't rely on assets we are given. Then you claim to be so strong. Yeah? If you are inheriting property, then you can't stand before someone who is working so hard for that and claiming that you are out there doing much. No. The same thing to a woman who maybe has been given by a husband. Yeah, at the end of the day, you'll say it's hers, but anytime it can be taken. So it is very important that someone works and has whatever they own. Only my question is, why wouldn't you maybe invest in a business, kind of real estate and all that, instead of a villa? Because a villa is more of a settlement. That is my view though. So the fact that you disclaimed what people are saying, it's right. But feeling so bad about it, I don't know why you should feel so bad about it. People have different views, you know. And maybe they are reasoning in the ancient African perspective. Now, you are not reasoning in that perspective. So just maybe in a way that could be neutral, you would say, yeah, for those who want that, let them be. But as for me, this is my way. Without feeling like you are kind of attacking and, you know, like degrading, you know, trying to question and saying some people what is wrong. There's nothing wrong with them. It is just ideology. If you have gone through philosophy and psychology, philosophy comes from maybe the perspective of how were you brought up, the social aspect. It's about maybe what is your future, what are you thinking about, which religion do you believe in, what is your basis, your argument, you know, because everyone has their ideology that they grow up with, maybe through family, on their own or whatever. Yeah. So guys, in this video there was a lot, and I'll still go back and dig for more, because I was looking at those negatives. Because the positive, of course, is that she's doing the villa, she's bought her own land, so I don't have to keep talking about that, but I'm talking about what I'm seeing, the gaps, right? Yeah, I'm talking about the gaps, so I can't go back to talk about the villa. Of course, we have talked about that. We have appreciated her. We have appreciated her for focus, hard work, you know, the aspect that she has done a lot for her mother. But we are just looking at the facts of what are the negatives that we need to correct on. Yeah, so the last thing I'll be talking about here is Dee MWANGO was a bit of, you know, annoyed by one of the commentator. Is it a commentator or somebody who came to her inbox and said that she buys the mother the machine? And I was like, why are you annoyed? People comment. There's a lot of things people comment out there when you are creating, you know, your videos. They'll tell you, why can't you do this instead of this? But it is you to choose what to do, and you don't have to attack them because that is their view. Give them a tip and move on. Yeah, so I believe this person may be reasoned in the way that you people are becoming modernized. When you look at your brother Villa, you Villa, Devi Villa, you know, that's not a life of an African anyway. I'm not talking about to remain with the traditional houses. We have modern houses we are doing, but not villas, all of us. So maybe that person looked at that perspective. And anyway, if you didn't want it, you just had to give the tick and move ahead, say, this is what I have. But then you went ahead telling us that your mother has been a headmistress for years and she can buy 3 machines in a month. How possible is that? Because I know the salary of a headmistress. What kind of machine are you talking about? What kind of machine? Because if you talk about washing machines and we look at the price, do you think your mother earns 200,000 to buy 3 machines in a month? So what are you telling us? And then you begin saying, what is that? A washing machine is necessary for people who are aging because they don't have to keep washing their clothes with their hands. That is what somebody would wish for. You said you have even a fridge you're not using. Why can't you donate it? So anyway, we are going to end at this. And I think you see this video. See this video here. So I'll end this because I have something to do right now. But then I just felt like, oh, I wish you would just have a neutral way of talking back. A neutral way of maybe responding to those who you feel the comments are not at par with your ideologies. However, we give you a take for what you've done. You've done a lot. You said you've done a lot for your mother. I don't know why she had a salary and she could not do much for herself. You did the much. But I think most kids are doing much, especially those who have gone to school and they have earnings. They are doing much for their parents. I don't think there is a child who has disregarded their parents. And if this is any, then they are wrong. They should wake up and do something for their parents. Otherwise, adios. Have a nice time. Great time. Let's meet in another reaction. Bye-bye for now. Yeah, so guys, most times when you have become so popular and people have followed you, I think people forget that those who are following you, they are not up there with you. Even those admirers, they are admiring you because of the life you have. And some of them are struggling a lot. Now, I just saw this comment whereby one person said, I began a construction 3 years ago and I'm still struggling. And Dee MWANGO was like, yeah, just keep going on. And I was like, lady, do you know why this person is giving you such a message? They may possibly be requiring support. Now, just like you are being supported by the white brothers and sisters, why can't you now also support her? Because you can't tell me you are a small fish. You are a big fish. In fact, I don't know even why you are going for those charities, going live so that people donate, looking for dollars, the euros here and there. It's great that they are helping. As you count and say, these are 2 wheelbarrows, these are 2, I don't know what. But I'm very sure, based on the subscribers you have and the traveling you've done, I don't think it was for nothing. I don't think it was for nothing. You want to tell us it was for nothing? No. I think even out of that, you've got companies that you're working for. So my question is, why then go streaming online and, being a charity thing? Donations, like you're seeking donation. And yet, when your follower comes and says, I've been struggling for 3 years, you just say, yeah, go on. I laughed at that because I was saying, like, are you genuine here? Do you know that we have people who have these dreams? They profess. It's not about professing alone. You need support. And you, Dee MWANGO, with your sharp brain, you know clearly that if not for your brother's support, if not for your mother, maybe who is working, as you have said, a headmistress who earns a lot, and I don't know how much, maybe she earns, that she can buy 3 machines at a go. That was one thing that I just stopped her and said, okay. So these days, headmistresses in Kenya earn a lot of money in a way that they can buy 3. What kind of washing machine were you referring to anyway? We can go back to that. Maybe you tell us, a washing machine of how much? Because from my understanding, a headmaster cannot earn beyond 100,000. In fact, it is even hard enough for them to reach 100,000, yeah? Because the school principals can do that. Some of them are at 100, 150, 120, going on up to 200. From the scales, they are there on public human resource, TSC. So, anyway, let me go back to what I was talking about. I was talking about this lady. I can't remember the name, but from the video here, I think you can actually see, or rather listen. I don't have to play everything on video. Yeah, so this lady was like, I've been struggling in construction for 3 years, and she has a dream. She has professed positive for herself. She dreams big. But remember, what you're not telling the world, that is a lot of people are struggling in Kenya because maybe their salaries are a bit low and they have a lot of responsibilities. Some of them, unlike you, maybe who says you don't have children to be dependent on, you have your own food in the farm. It is not their liking, but just have a life happened to be unfair to them. They started work, they have struggled, maybe they have taken a loan, they have started a project, it is stagnating, so they are struggling to finish. They are not even building a villa. They are not building a villa. They are just building a common house, maybe 3-bedroom, yeah? And they are struggling for 3 years. Then you just dismiss them and tell them, yeah, keep going, your dream will be real. I don't think that is the case. No, because I believe if I reach your level and someone tells me they are struggling, and I'm receiving charity like that, I would donate some to them. I would even just ask, as a matter of concern, where were you stuck? Lintel, roofing, finishing? So that maybe I see if I can even solicit for funds for them. That would be something. Because you and your brother came out talking about, they cannot come and build Africa for us. They will see us building, then they come and help. But at the same time, you are not willing to help your fellow Africans. Is it out of having said earlier that you will never, ever help anyone in Africa because of betrayal? Betrayal is common, my sister, very common. But that cannot stop us from helping. Personally, even if I'm betrayed, that will not stop me from helping. No. Because if, again, I want to make Africa a different place, these Americans that help us, they do not help because they expect anything from us. They do not help us because Africans are good. And they do not help us because, we owe them anything. But it's just out of philanthropy. Are you trying to tell us that you are not philanthropic? Because when God blesses you, don't be like a dam that is stuck with water and is not distributing like the river, right? That's what I would say.